Hello. Right into it. So we got exercise at Exos. We're gonna do 3 rounds today, 45, 15. And then we're gonna do some upper body, lower body, and more cardio lower body focus today. So we're gonna do a little bit more cardio heavy than we did yesterday. I'm gonna go ahead with demos real quick and then we'll get into it. If you have weights or anything, feel free to use it. If not, no problem. You can do either way, so you don't need any equipment, just enough space to be from head to toe. So real quick with our demos, we're going to start off with some upper body first. So we're going to do a push-up into a pike push-up. So on our hands and toes on the ground, doing one push-up here, and then pushing ourselves up, and then doing a pike push-up. So the regular push-ups can be done from the knees or the toes, or however you'd like to. And then our next movement is going to be plank, knee to elbow or opposite elbow. So if you want to go ahead in that plank position, you can do the same side and you can alternate between the two. You can do all the same for one round and then switch over. You can do all of one or all of the other. I'll kind of let y'all choose your own adventure with that one. And so then after that, we're going to move into more of our cardio stuff. So we have, first off, we're going to do 3 squat pulses into 1 squat jump here. So for our pulses, we have our feet hip width apart, toes forward, coming down. We're going to pulse 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to jump. So 1, 2, 3, and jump. If jumping's not your thing, you can always just do some squat pulses and then a full squat. So that's going to be the option there. And then after that, we're going to do some lateral bounds. So starting on one side of our space, pushing our hips back, slight bend in the knee, jumping as far as we can, landing, and then back. So we're going to pause for a second on each side, work on our stability there. So that's going to be our bound. And then after that, we're going to do some burpees. So I know I said yesterday we were going to do them. So hello, we're doing them today. So for the burpees, we don't have to do a push-up unless you want to challenge yourself. And that's about it. So we'll start off at the bottom here. So we're going to jump, hands down. We don't have to do a push-up. Land on our whole foot and jump again. So if jumping's not your thing, you can go ahead and just walk your feet out and walk them back up. So that's going to be our burpee. And then to finish out, we're actually going to finish out on the ground with some glute bridge marches. So making our way to the ground, feet hip width apart, pushing our hips up, exhaling one knee at a time, coming up towards our chest. Working on our core and our glutes, but that is going to be our whole circuit for today. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our warm-up. And once I stand up, we're going to come to the top of our space for the world's greatest stretch. So we're going to go ahead, interlace our fingers, grab onto one of our knees, pull in towards our chest. And we can go ahead and exhale, step back into our reverse lunge. Back leg stays nice and straight, hands coming down on the inside of our front foot. Back leg stays nice and straight, breathing into our belly. And we're going to exhale, opening up towards the ceiling, gazing past our thumb. Thumb is facing our spine, so we're looking at our palm. And we're going to exhale, plant our hand outside of our front foot, bring our back foot a little bit closer, and push our hips up into our hamstring stretch. And on our next exhale, we're going to go ahead and bring our feet together, push the ground away, and stand on up. All right. We're going to go ahead, do the same thing on the other side. Interlace our fingers, grab onto our other knee, pulling towards our chest. And on our exhale, we can step back, reverse lunge, hands coming down on the inside of our front foot. Back leg stays nice and straight, really opening up our hips here. And we're going to go ahead, exhale, opening up towards our front leg. Hand towards the ceiling, looking past our hand. Thumb is facing behind us, so we're looking at our palm. It's going to help us get a little bit of extra rotation here. And we can go ahead, exhale, plant our hand outside of our back foot, bring our back foot, oh my gosh. Place our hand outside of our front foot, bring our back foot a little bit closer, push our hips up. And on our next exhale, we can go ahead and bring our feet together, push the ground away, and stand on up. All right. Last part of our warm up here, we're gonna do some plank to pike, get our arms nice and warm for our planks here today. So making our way onto our hands and our toes. And we're gonna go ahead and push our hips up into some down dog here. We can start to pedal our heels. We got a lot of leg things today. So pedal our heels, open our calves up, and back to plank, pushing up to pike, and back to plank, and one more coming up. And then go ahead and go back to plank. Bring those knees down, and we are ready to rock and roll. So we're starting off on the ground. We have our push-up into pike push-up. So we're starting off with that. 45-15, we're gonna do 3 rounds here. I'm gonna get the timer going in 3, 2, 1, and go. So first off, push up to pike push up. So either, like I said, either hands and knees or hands and toes. The key here is that our hands are below our shoulders. A nice tip I have here is we want to act like we're going to screw our palms into the ground. Doing that is going to help us get our upper back nice and set. So that way we can go ahead and go down into our push-up and then into the pike push-up. So same thing as a regular push-up and the pike push-up. We want our elbows to be about 45 degrees. So we don't want to be all the way out here with our hands. Our hands are directly below. We're coming down, elbows stay in and pushing up. 3, 2, 1. All right. So next up we have our plank knee to elbow. So you can do same side, you can do opposite side, you can switch back and forth, whatever you'd like. We're going to get ready here. 3, 2, 1. So same thing, if we screw our hands into the ground, it gets us nice and set up. And then we want to exhale, bring our knee up nice and slow. As we exhale, we want to act like we're zipping our core up, bringing everything together. As we zip the core up, there's a string attached to our knee. So we're bringing our knee up using our core. So this one will help. We will feel a little bit in our hip flexors here, but the goal is to really use our core as much as we can to pull our knee up. That's the goal here. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're gonna go ahead, stand on up for our next 3 movements, and we'll be back on the ground. We have our squat, pulse into a jump. So 3 pulses, 1 jump. 3, 2, 1. All right, so feet hip width apart, toes forward. We're coming down. We want to get as low into our squat as we can for the pulse. So 1, 2, 3, and jump. We want to land nice and soft. So if you notice, as I'm coming up, I'm jumping, I'm landing right back into that squat. So when we land like this, that puts the stress on our knees and our hips, especially our knees. So we want to make sure we're protecting that. Also, again, in our pulse, we want our chest to stay up nice and tall. We got 1, 2, 3, and jump. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, shake those legs out. That one's a burner for sure. Okay, we got lateral bounds coming up next. So we're gonna start on one side. 3, 2, 1. So we're pushing our hips back, and then we're jumping, landing nice and soft on our whole foot. We stabilize, get our balance, and then jump to the other side. So half of this, right? Single leg stability. So we're working on our balance and being able to hold that. We want to jump as far as we can, holding our balance back to the other side. So this one, yes, our heart rate is going to be up because we are jumping, but I want us to really focus on the stability aspect as well. If you're starting to stabilize really quickly, you can start to move back and forth a little faster. 3, 2, 1. Definitely be careful if you are like me wearing socks. Try to go a little slower so that you have that traction. And now we have burpees. I don't know if I'm ready for this. 3, 2, 1. So no push up here today. You can if you'd like, but it's not required today because we're already doing a lot of push-ups already. And we're just going to get back into our classes and our routines this week. So we will progressively make things a little bit difficult, as I was saying yesterday. But we want to make sure with our burpees, we're landing with our whole foot on the ground. That's how we protect our knees and make sure we're really using our legs versus our back. 3, 2, 1. All right. That wasn't so bad. Okay, we got glute bridge marches next. We're gonna lay on the ground. We're gonna be on our backs. 3, 2, 1. If y'all are noticing after that one, I did learn my lesson. In the past, we would have done the burpees last and had to go straight into the push-ups. This one is a little bit more, it helps us recover a little bit more before going into the next round. I know I'm breathing pretty heavy. So core is engaged, locked and loaded. Hips are as high as we can get them. We're exhaling, driving up, using our core. Great job. Oh my goodness, my legs are still sore. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're staying on the ground. That's round 1. We're done. Going into round 2, we have push-up to pike push-up coming up first. So we're gonna get ready for that. 3, 2, 1. All right. So screwing our hands into the ground, keeping our core engaged. I go from my knees. If you also would like to, which I would definitely recommend, if push-ups are a little challenging, you're still not fully there yet, that's okay. I know they take a long time to really get really good at. You can always slowly lower yourself down, doing an eccentric push-up before pushing up and doing our pike push-up. So that's the option there. Or you can do your full push-up. Just make sure our core is nice and tight. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're not done on the ground yet. I was about to get up. All right, we got plank, knee to elbow. So again, you can do the same side the whole time. You can alternate. You can do opposite side the whole time, whatever you'd like. 3, 2, 1. So same positioning here. Bringing one knee at a time. I will say going to the same side versus the opposite side will work different aspects of your core. So if you want to like do every other one, because you're going to work more on the sides on your obliques going across your body versus working just on your general core going to the same side. But because we are planking, we're still working our torso as a whole because we got to keep everything nice and flat. So we are still working on 3, 2, 1. We're still working on our low back muscles because that's part of our pillar and our torso. All right, we got squat pulses and jumps coming up next. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we got 3 pulses here. I'll make sure I'm not gonna hit my head there. We got 1, 2, 3. Jumping nice and soft. We don't have to jump super high, just enough. And like I said too, during the demos, I'll remind y'all again, if jumping is not your thing, you can do 3 pulses and then a full squat and then back into the 3 pulses. So whatever's available to you today, I would like us to push ourselves to try and jump. I know it's a little painful on the legs. We got this. 3, 2, 1. I swear my legs are still sore for my Tuesday workout. All right. Up next, we have lateral bounds. Starting on whichever side we'd like. I'm going to face this way this time. 3, 2, 1. So for our bound, just like I say, like with the single leg Romanian deadlift or with anything like this. It's like we're pulling a rubber band. So we pull our rubber band, and as we let go and we release, that's when we jump. So if we imagine it like that, we're loading and releasing. And as we release and we land, it's the same position. So we really shouldn't have to move too much because we shouldn't be fully standing up in between each jump. So if you notice, I'm staying loaded as we jump side to side. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's take a second, mentally prepare. We have burpees. So in theory, I love burpees. In practice today, right now, not my favorite, but we got this. 3, 2, 1. So no push up, landing on our whole foot. Try and push yourself. If you know how many you did last round, try and add a few more, at least one more than the last round. Try and move the whole time. Take a second. If you need to, count to 3 and right back into it. We're doing awesome. Been a while since we've done burpees. I'm already out of breath. Hawking and jumping is a workout in itself. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Gotta catch my breath. Glute bridge marches. We got a slight recovery next. And then we got one more round. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So we're marching, glute bridges, making sure our butt to belly button, core is locked in. So we're breathing through our straw, bringing it all together. One knee at a time. Coming up. Using our core. Making sure too that we're driving the opposite heel, so that way we should feel it in one glute. Making sure too that our feet are Goldilocks. So if they're too close, we're gonna feel it in our quads. Too far away, we're gonna feel it in our hamstrings. 3, 2, 1. All right, awesome job, y'all. We got last round here coming up. We got push-ups, so pike push-ups, and then our plank knee to elbow. And then we're done with our upper body for today. 3, 2, 1. I definitely love incorporating like things like planks, especially for the upper body, because it works on our arms, our shoulders, and our core and our pillar really in general, because our hips need to be strong for planks as well. So planks, glute bridge, marches don't necessarily involve the shoulders, but that's why I like to do planks for upper body when we aren't using any weight. Great job. Last few here. 3, 2, 1. And my glasses came off at the last second. All right, done with those for today. Love-hate relationship. Emphasis on the hate on those ones. We got plank knee to elbow next. 3, 2, 1. All right, so same thing. And again, if you did same side elbow and then the opposite side, then on this one, alternate your sides here, or work on whichever one you would like to. Really pulling with our core. Take a second, count to 3 if you need to take a break. I know last round can be the most challenging because we are a little bit more tired and my shoulders are on fire right now. 3, 2, 1. And also really have a love-hate with those as well. All right. Next up, we have pulses with jump or squat, whatever is available to you today. 3, 2, 1. All right, so finding our feet position. Our core is locked and loaded, as always. We're pulsing chest up. Great job. Oh my goodness, jumping is getting difficult. We got this. We got this. So our last round, we're finishing strong. We got 15 more seconds of this movement, and then we're going to our bounce. Then we only have 3 more to go for this workout. And we only got 1 more workout this week. 3, 2, 1. Whew, we did it. Nice job. High five. Woo. Okay, lateral bounds are next. And then burpees and marches. 3, 2, 1. We only got, like I said, we got these last 2 movements. And then we have tomorrow, which hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow. And then we will have made it through the first week worth of workouts for 2023. We will also have survived the rainstorm, which I know it can be hard to be active and moving when we're stuck inside all day. That's why these classes are great. If you need more stuff to do over the weekend, you can always do past recordings on YouTube. Great job. 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, my legs are feeling it for sure right now. We have burpees. We got burpees and marches. We're done for the day. We got this. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're finishing strong here. Our last burpees of the week. We are not doing burpees tomorrow. If you are planning on coming tomorrow, I am planning on using dumbbells or weights tomorrow. You will be able to do everything without the weights, but if you have either weights or something that you can use that has weight, like a water bottle, definitely come with that prepared for tomorrow. If not, no problem. Also a mini band. So that's on the docket for tomorrow. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're done with burpees. We did it. We made it. They're always not as bad, hopefully, as we make them out to be in our heads. But we're gonna be on the ground for the rest of the workout. So we're gonna do our marches here. 3, 2, 1. All right. So we have, let me catch my breath. Blue push marches. It's funny because I promised I worked out over the break, but I was not talking during any of that. So I feel like I have to get my stamina back up to talk and move at the same time. But we're getting back into doing things. We're doing great. We're gonna be on our backs for our cool down. So we are gonna stay here once we're done with our marches. Moving slower so we feel it in our core. 3, 2, 1, and that is it for today's circuit. Go ahead and grab a sip of water if you need it. And like I said, we're gonna stay on the ground for our cool down. We're gonna do some figure 4 because we did a lot of legs today. So once we're on the ground, when we're ready, we're gonna have both our feet on the ground like we just had them for glute bridge marches. And we're gonna go ahead and take one ankle, crossing it over our knee. And if that tension feels good, go ahead and stay there. If you need a little extra tension, let's go ahead and interlace our fingers and grab either behind the knee or in front of our shin. And when I say behind the knee too, I don't necessarily mean right behind our knee. I want it to be about halfway down the hamstring because we can aggravate our knee joint if we pull here. So bring those hands down to the middle of your hamstring if you're going to pull that way, or in front of your shin, whatever feels more comfortable for you today. But we're going to slow our breathing down. So we're breathing in through our nose, into our belly. Exhaling tying away our tension. And we're gonna do one more breath here. And as we finish our exhale, we can gently release our foot back to the ground and then the other foot. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So taking our opposite ankle, crossing it over the opposite knee. If that tension feels good, go ahead and stay there. If you need a little extra tension, we're gonna interlace your fingers. Grab either behind your knee, so in the middle of your hamstring. That's what I should be saying now. Just grab your hamstring or your shin and pull your knee towards your chest. Same thing, big deep breaths in through our nose, into our belly. Exhaling, sighing away the tension we feel throughout our bodies today. We really focus on making our exhales longer than our inhales. It's going to really help us be ready, get our heart rate calm down, calm our bodies down. Do a little bit of a mental reset here, physical reset before going back to work or eating lunch, whatever we are doing after this. And one more breath here. And as we finish our exhale, we can bring our feet back to the ground and feel free to laying down on the ground on your backs if you'd like, or you can return to a seated, kneeling, or sitting position. That's going to be all the time for today's class. So great job. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget, even though it is wet and cold and rainy outside, don't forget to stay hydrated. It's really important, even when it's cool outside, to keep drinking your water, especially after workout. So make sure you get some water after this. But great job today. Thank y'all for coming, and I'll see y'all hopefully tomorrow and Functional Fitness Friday.